Hello, students. If you are watching this, I am assuming that you perhaps are not passing my class. And I wanted to message because I believe many of you either didn't complete your story, which is one of the big summatives that was part of this quarter. Either you didn't complete it or you didn't submit it. And I just wanted to make sure because a lot of people completed the document or they think they've completed it, but they did not submit it. So it's super important if you are not passing, first of all, go into PowerSchool and look, and you are looking for summative assessments. There were two summatives. One was the story, the stolen party. We took a test in 3 of my classes. 2 classes did not get that test because we've had wonky schedules, and those 2 classes did not meet as often as the others. I will have an opportunity for you to take a quiz on stories that we have read: The Stolen Party, The Party, and On the Bridge. Not to worry. But what everybody has completed the following action. Everybody has, or at least I have instructed, and every class has had the opportunity to work on their story. Now, you will find that in the exposition document. I have made that unpublished in Schoology because a lot of people were going in and then they were submitting it in that spot where the exposition was. But I was grading the exposition where that initial document was created. And the exposition is the beginning of the story, as you know, where they expose the setting, the characters, and the problem. So to turn that in, you would very simply go into Schoology. This is block E that I'm looking at right here. Block E. If you look on all of the blocks, you will find it will say falling action and resolution turn in here. This is where you should turn in your completed story. Now, if you are feeling super disconnected from your story and you want to write a new story that has a beginning, middle, and end, where I will be focusing on looking at you tying up all the loose ends at the end of the story, you may do that. However, unless I see it here, I am assuming that you're not done or you're not ready for me to look at it. In some of the classes, this might be found inside of a green folder. Let me just go and look to make sure. I can make it so it has its own turn in and you do not have to find it in the green folder. Here's an example. So this one has the green folder. It says realistic fiction draft work, right? And you would do the little caret and you would go falling action turn in here. Okay. So if you do not see it on the outside in its own thing, you have to go inside of the green folder where all of the things are. And you would just very simply upload the link here. And it's just a record for me. And all I put in is a 1, meaning I've received it and I have graded it. So I know that all the people right here that have 1s, that doesn't mean they earned a 1. It just means that I received it and I graded it. So after I receive yours, grade yours, and put it in the grade book, I will then put a 1 right there. It takes a lot of time for me to go into each class and hunt through all the unfinished drafts and try to determine whether or not you are finished, which is why many people think, well, I did it and you have it, so shouldn't you just grade it? I need for you to do the formality of submitting it so that I know for sure on your end you're ready for me to look at it. So the way you would find this, because I've made it so that that document, you can't access it in Schoology anymore for most of you. So you would very simply go into your triangle, go into your drive. You go to My Drive. And you would type in, and I've got some documents because I was just looking at some documents. You would type in whatever your name is and then exposition, right? So I'm going to type in exposition. It's going to give me a lot because I have everybody's expositions are shared with me. So I'm going to get everybody's. So if you are, let's say, Adriano Hunt, and you are in your Schoology or in your drive, you would not need to put your name. You would type in exposition and it's going to pop up in your drive. Okay. Just like if I was looking for Arliana, I was looking for something that was from Arliana, I would just type her name in and everything that I have shared with her is going to pop up. So I can then go to her exposition. Now, if she's in her own drive, she's obviously not going to type her own name. She would just type exposition and it will take you right to that document. So that should help with a lot of the questions of like, what am I supposed to do for that document, which is one of the 2 summatives we've done so far in 3 of my classes. It is just ending your story, tying up the loose ends, making sure not to rush the ending, no magical endings, no, oh, I won the lottery ticket and now everything's perfect, but that you actually have a realistic ending to your story. Most people who are not passing my class, simply by turning this in, would pass my class. Okay, so if you are not passing my class, rather than coming to me during advisory or coming trying to squeeze in this last week before things are due, and this Friday is the past due mark on these things, then go please into your drive, find this, finish it, submit it. That's your number one priority. All right. If you have any questions from there forward, send them to me in Schoology.